I don't know, guys. I might officially have a problem. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dude Push Start. If this is your first time here, we are a retro and nostalgia collecting channel. We like to go to flea markets. We like to go to secondhand stores, antique stores. We like to find stuff like this 1990s Toy Biz X-Men Archangel toy that I found at a secondhand toy store, or, you know, these video games from the NES series. I've got Smash TV and the Ninja Turtles arcade game. I've got a couple of trips to talk about this week. Sometimes I do not always bring my camera with me. I like to enjoy the hunt as well and not always focus on audio and video. So I'm going to talk about 3 different trips, and I got a couple of the shots on video, but we'll get right to it. I hope you enjoy. I started my shopping day off at a local collector store called All Seas. I'd actually never been to All Seas before, but they host conventions where I live, and I've been to quite a few of the All Seas conventions where they do, you know, Pokemon and trading cards, video games, that kind of stuff. It's a big, comic book convention, and they do a really, really good job. So I was excited to go to this store. Some of the stuff that you will see that I ended up picking up from that store. These Mighty Mugs, I think these have been discontinued for a while. I've kind of described them as like Funko Pops before Funko Pops. I think they both kind of started around the same time. Since I did not shop or video as much this week as I normally do, I kind of wanted to show some of my collection and why I do what I do. This is Soundwave and Bumblebee from when I was a kid myself. I was probably 12 or 13 when I bought these, or when my parents bought them for me. So, again, adding Optimus Prime that I did not have, and then adding Grimlock that I did not have, to be a part of this collection. If you've watched my channel at all, I am not one for really being in box. I did like All Seas. Awesome people. I had it muted the whole time because it was a very interactive store, very energetic. There was a lot of people talking, a lot of people in the store. It was really cool to be there. The community was really helpful. They wanted to be a part of what you were looking at. They were talking about comic books the whole time, video games the whole time. It was really cool to be a part of that conversation. But obviously, I ask every time that I'm going to record inside of a store. And I asked and I said, hey, I'll keep faces off the screen, and I'll try to take voices out of it when I can. So, I'll mute my camera and just, show the video, and then we can talk about it afterwards. But awesome store to go into. I think you guys know I like to dig in the dirt. I like to dig in, the flea markets and the thrift stores and stuff like that. And usually I find stuff that's loose. Like I said, these. So in that intro, I have found, I talked about Toy Biz toys probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, or, early in the episodes. And since then, I have just been finding a ton of Toy Biz stuff, which I think is really cool. So you saw this on the shelf in there. This is 1997 She-Hulk from the Marvel Universe Toy Biz stuff. Very cool. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the boxes. Sometimes I feel bad taking stuff out of the boxes, but obviously you can see that my Toy Biz collection has grown immensely. I've got Iron Man in the back there, Wolverine in the back. I've got a Gambit, Mr. Sinister, Wolverine. Some of these I do think I'll probably keep in the box. 1996 classic Wolverine. These are pretty cool. I showed Archangel. I thought this was an awesome toy. You just see that color, you see that hard plastic, you see that shape, the design on the face when they put together these 10 to 12 inch toys. And they look really cool. They look really cool on a shelf. I was kind of disappointed in myself. You saw what they call Ninja Rogue and then Jean Grey. And I looked at the Ninja Rogue, and I think I probably recognized that it was a character I didn't have, but I wasn't really interested in the ninja design. And then I go around the corner, and there was an actual Rogue, and I skipped over it thinking it was Jean Grey. So I think they were $10, which you'll see some of those toys that have really carried their value, like that Krang that was still in the box, an 80s, 90s Ninja Turtle Krang still in the box for $300. But you'll see that some of these haven't really carried that value. $15 for it on the shelf, and now it's $10 loose. But that's the kind of stuff that I like to collect. Going back to the Mighty Mug stuff, I've got all kinds of different IPs on this one. Here's Marvel. I've got some Star Wars ones that are pretty cool. Like less detail and less design than the Funko Pop ones have, but they got great color, they got great shape, cool accessories and stuff like the jetpack here for Boba Fett. So that is some of the stuff that I picked up inside of that All Sea store. And like I said, really cool store, really cool people, a lot of fun to be around. One of my favorite parts about that store is it's actually 2 different locations, kind of in the same place. One of them is their toy store. They got a lot of cards and stuff too, sports cards. They have like old Civil War stuff, not really my thing that I look at, so I kind of kept it off the camera. But then right next door, they have a second store that does a huge playing cards. They have all kinds of tournaments and stuff there, and that's also where their video games are. So we will dive right into that. Got a couple cool pickups for video games as well.
Nothing's holding me here, man. I'm already gone. I tried my working shit to find a day. Motivation is crippling. Just sucks anyway. Whoa! Nowhere to go from here, 'cause I cannot tell. It's you and me, baby. Got sent straight down to hell.
just a little video game section there, but like not a lot of fluff. You saw some really good titles there. They had some really awesome stuff on the NES. These are two games I showed kind of towards the beginning that I had a lot of fun with, and I remembered a lot of playing as I was a kid. Turtles 2, the arcade game. I actually have the arcade now, one of the 1-up arcades, the smaller arcades. I mean, hours and hours and hours being able to play 2 players and jump in on the NES, be able to play with my brother. A lot of fun there. And then I think I probably played more Smash TV on the SNES, but a lot of fun nonetheless. Smash TV was really good. I plugged these into my NES last night, tried them out. Both of them do work after I don't know, handful of minutes of trying to get them to function properly, but that's how the old games go. I picked up this, I mean, I must have not been paying attention at all, because if you can see here on the side, this is what was showed Crash Bandicoot, $10. And I was like, nice. I don't have a ton of PlayStation 1 games, but a classic nonetheless. And then that's Crash Team Racing. That is not Crash Bandicoot. I should have looked. I didn't look. Doesn't have the manual, doesn't have the cover. What's kind of funny about that, though, is I actually probably had more fun, fonder memories playing Crash Team Racing with a couple of my friends back in the day. So I wasn't terribly disappointed, though the price is up on the screen, obviously. And then I think the last thing that I picked up, Xbox 360 game, was Darksiders. Part of the reason, one, this was $5. Two, I've heard a lot of really good things about Darksiders. I have a big Xbox 360 collection, but I do not have Darksiders. Complete in the box. Has the code card in there and stuff. Who knows if that's been used or not. Doesn't look like this game was ever even played, but excited to try out Darksiders. Really cool cover art there. Some of the stuff that you saw were those Game Boy games. That is stuff that I'm interested in. I don't want to spend those prices, obviously. So Super Mario Land, this was my copy. I like the staples. Battletoads, these are mine. Not something I bought that day. Power Rangers, things that I enjoyed. And then Turtles 3, Radical Rescue. So stuff that I like to collect, things that I've had, like I said, since my childhood. So all of my stuff, I try to keep, shoot, my mom must have got after us, because all of our stuff is in really good shape. No cracks, no screens missing. Battery compartments are good. They have their battery backs on them. My Game Genie, again, just kind of going through some of the reasons why I collect this stuff. Our big box Game Boy protector, maybe that's why it's in such good shape, but really cool stuff from when we were kids. So that's why I look at those things. I have a ton of the original Pokemon games, that actually carry quite a bit of value. Red, trading card, gold, yellow, silver, and then my blue's around here somewhere. Blue was mine. I couldn't find it for this video, but I do have blue around here somewhere. So I think I've got basically all 5 originals that came on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So again, those are kind of the reasons why I look at those things and why they're important to me. I collect and just kind of add them on to the end of my collection that I already have going. And that's the stuff that I look for. I like those first party games, like the stuff that have cool cover arts, the stuff that reminds me of my childhood. We'll jump into my last store for this trip. I went to a Goodwill and an Ark. I didn't get any film inside of the Ark, but I did get some inside the Goodwill before I got a phone call that said, hey, it's time to get home, and I had to put the cameras away. So let's take a quick look here, and then we'll wrap up the episode. Just a couple things to point out there at that Goodwill. A couple of interesting Wii games. They had some blanked out Wii games. Make sure you always open those up. It was a couple of Madden games, but you never know what you're going to find in there that someone didn't scoop up first. There was a Need for Speed game on the Wii that had some interesting looks to it. I didn't pick that up, but it looked kind of cool. Had maybe $10 to $12 in value. And then The Island of Dr. Frankenstein, which is not something that I'd ever seen before. But the big stuff were these Dragon Ball Z digitally remastered DVD sets. Let's look here. Every one of them seems to have everything in them, and they've got a good look to them. I have a similar one that is Dragon Ball. The disappointing thing on this one that you probably saw if you were able to count it in that short video, season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 6, season 8, and season 9. is what they had there. Each of these were $2.99. But I am a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Not as much a fan of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball Z was about the time when I was a child and we got to watch it on Toonami. Big fan of that. And then not something up my wheelhouse, but like I said, if I see something that has value to it, I'll usually pick it up and point it out to you guys. This is a sealed 5 DVDs of Garth Brooks' The Entertainer tour. I'll throw the prices up on that. I want to say I saw 60 or 70 bucks. Now, if I could just convince myself that I want to deal with eBay and sell stuff on it, maybe I could make back some of the money that I spend week in and week out at the thrift stores, that I spend at the Goodwills and the Arcs and the flea markets. But one day, maybe one day I'll be able to do that. So I appreciate you guys joining us. Hope Luke comes back. He was at work again, so hope to get him on a couple episodes. A lot more fun when there's two of us. A lot easier to work the cameras, work the mics and stuff like that. I think we get you better quality too, but always want to keep these coming, show you what I find out there, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.